Well, welcome back to episode 4 of Movies in Minecraft Berk Edition. So, since the last episode, I had done a little work around the cliffs and adding some dirt to sort of smooth it out. Of course, there's still some bits where it isn't covered, but the smoother tool isn't perfect. Now, some of the things I did is I started using my clipboard tool like I did in the last episode and started moving the cliff or the grass a little bit smaller, so it looks a little more realistic, as well as over on the other side of the island. Oh yeah, this is just the animals taking over the island with their grass. I still have no idea how that started, but over here on the other side, I had started trying some techniques on smoothing out the cliffs, and it's working pretty well, but it just took so long. Like, this area right here maybe took me, I don't know, 2 hours plus. So what I did was I started carving it out with an air tool, and then I filled it with a smaller stone tool, and then I used the smallest one to try to fill in the cracks. Opposed to that, I also started refining the small islands, and then finally I started mapping out what we're going to be doing today, which is building the big peak on the middle island, or this big uprising area. So this entire area is going to be a giant mountain, which will be hollowed out and become the Great Hall, as well as being lots of layers and trying to peek over like in the movie. So to first start off, I have my smallest stone brush tool, the 1x1, but for now I want to try to get my other tools, mainly going to be stone. So let's again brush sphere 1, and then we'll have a medium-sized 4, and then switch to the hoe, and then have a sphere size 6. Now starting off, it sort of has a curve up to it, so I think I'm just going to reinforce the outline, trying to gauge what it will look like, because it's sort of a smoother mountain than the rest of it. So I'm gonna have to find a way to sort of make it sort of slowly rise up. And eventually, since there is staircases going towards the Great Hall, I will need to sort of layer some more dirt on the front of it and try to create that staircase. Okay, so for this, I'm going to make the back first because I'm sort of curving it inwards. So maybe slowly moving it inwards repeatedly until I sort of have an idea. And then I'm not too sure if this is actually covered with grass, so I might go back and slowly cover it one by one, as always. But for now, we can just do the stone, and I can probably do that tedious stuff off camera. Now, we have if you remember the last picture, we have that sort of a curve, but I'm not actually too sure how we can actually achieve that. Wow, that's just looking really bulky, but sort of push it out a bit more. I don't know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Oops. So we'll just go with a rough idea, and if we need to change it, we can, but it's just an island. It doesn't have to be 100% correct, as obviously it can't be, because this is all from the images in the movie, so I have no idea what most of the island actually looks like. So if you have a different idea, I apologize for making it sort of different, but you have to bear with me. Okay, so the hall is pretty tall, so we'll make this first layer a good height. Now the front of it is actually really pretty steep, so we'll keep this sort of flat and have the back slowly come towards the front. And then we'll top this layer off and then start adding another layer on top of that, which would become the rings, and then hopefully it'll look good, and it'll start getting smaller and smaller until finally it's a peak. And what I can also do is I could use the middle, or where I think the peak will be, and I'll just start pillaring up, and I'll see about how tall I want it to be, so that I can get a general idea of, ignore that, a general idea of maybe the scale of it. So I'm thinking maybe to have it start there, have the pathway sort of there, get in the Great Hall, some rocks here, and then maybe up to here. Yeah, so maybe right there, that'll be the first level. Okay, keeping that in mind, let's keep going with this. Making sure that I start bringing the back in. I want to keep that in mind so I don't forget it. Okay. Now it's sort of going 2 blocks, which means it's going slightly in, and then it's coming out again, which is not good. So, you know, using the big sphere tool, it sort of makes some okay cliffs. It looks pretty nice because there's a bunch of separate blocks, but over here there's still those little bits and pieces that need a little sculpting, but I'll do that later, at a later time. Okay. Ooh, that's sort of coming out again, but I'm just gonna reshape that if I need to. Now, the sides, I don't know too much about the sides. I think they stay relatively flat or upright, but I'm not certain. Okay, we'll keep bringing this in now. We're almost to where I said I'd stop, so just want to keep an eye out for that. Make sure I don't go over that, or maybe I will keep a little under, because this is pretty tall. And the thing is, I don't want this to look absolutely ridiculous. I actually want to look a little bit like realistically plausible. I don't know if that's the right phrase of words, but if we could do that, that'd be great, because if the more realistic something looks, in my opinion, the better it will look. So I'm not really one of those like weird kind of wacky kind of people. So I personally, I don't feel like it's going in enough. It looks too cliffy, but that should be fine. I mean, I could this is difficult because tearing down the, let's see, let's do air 4. Now, if I go in like this, start over here, try to push it in from there, and then I'll wrap around maybe up till this point, and then I can go through here and sort of fill it in. Try to leave a little more out because I don't want to just undo what I just did. Okay. Now let's see if this looks a little bit better. I'm gonna have to find a way to blend that in. Maybe I could erase some of this. Oops, do it too many times. Stone 4 back. And then something like this. Oops. I want you under there. Now I'll rake you. A little bit by hand is fine. Try to make it a little bit more realistic. And then plug that hole in. It's a little bit better. Still not perfect. Okay. So maybe this needs to be a little bit smoother. Over here and over here. And eventually, if I fill this with dirt, I can also do a little more detailing, stacking like the dirt up. So right now this should be good. there's still a, I don't like how it overhangs. So try to get rid of that as much as possible. I'll break these, just shaping the mountain over here. Oops, that'll be fine. I'll come back later and try to reform that. But we can just break this down. Try to get the top block so it doesn't ruin what we just made. And then something like that. Okay. And we'll just knock these ones down. Okay, there we go. So it's looking pretty. Oh, just ruin it. Yeah, that's fine. It's looking pretty good. I think I might stop there. Should I keep going higher? No, I don't know. That looks a little bit odd, but you know, I'll bring the dirt up. See if I can't show you what I'm so dirt for. So what I'm thinking is I'll just add a dirt ring around here, make it so that the dirt is actually sloped. Oops, let's not do that. And then I could probably use the smooth tool. I mean, it might work nicely with this, but I'll have to see. I mean, I have it, but I'll hold on until I finish this ring. I'll go back and smooth the entire thing. That's a little too high. Undo just once. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if I need to. Oh yeah, that's good. That's fine. Make sure it doesn't ruin the cliffside though. And then I'll obviously come back again with the separate piece of dirt or the small brush tool and just trace around the edges. But right now I think this is looking a lot better. And since there's the undo, I could try the smooth tool on the mountain because it isn't like a cliff where there's sort of like a pronounced top. So what do you look like? Ooh, that's not bad. Over here. Ooh, this is making a little. I don't know. Possibly. Sort of working. It's leaving a lot of holes though, but which I'm not sure why. But I can come back with the brush and just I can fill those holes in pretty easily. I honestly don't know if it looks any better. It does look better in the way that it's smoother, but what if I were to, let's undo that one, I don't like that, but BR smooth, radius of, I don't know, 20, and let's do once, cause I guess you can't. I'll try 6 and then do it once. That's okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's a little odd, but yeah, I think this is a lot better. Maybe I should use the lower repetitions for the cliffside. See if we can't spam it a bit. Trying to make it a little better. Now this is all just making my mountain a little bit shorter, but it should be fine. I can always add some more layers. Now this is definitely a little bit more. Nope. Try to inlay it a bit. Doesn't have to be too much inlaid, but just a little bit. There. Anywhere else? Sort of over here. Could use a little bit of work. Okay, try to keep a watch on the edge to make sure everything's getting lined up nicely. And yes, nice. Coming around again. Okay, and then if I use a smooth tool on top, yeah, that's okay. It's better than leaving it unprocessed, unsmooth, rough. Yeah, rough is a good word. Thing is, it's just like one block tall, so you could just hop up. I think I will have to come back with some more stone, try to rough it up a bit. It's a little too even right now for my liking. Plug that up. Oops. The weird thing with the smoothing tools that it leaves like these weird caves if you have an overhang. Okay. Ooh, let's use the tool once again. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go with it. Okay. The smooth tool once again. Yep. Okay, so I think the brush size of 6 is working a lot better. But we got to our area, so I will fill this up with some more dirt, and then I will yeah, I'll be right back. I'll just fill it up to this level, and I'll do what I did with the rest of it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. We have the first layer done. So I looked back at my reference image, and it doesn't look quite like it. It's a little more sloped, so now I'm gonna be trying to make this pretty small first of all, because I want to keep it, you know, sort of like the image is. The back can be a little bit bigger as always, but the front I'll keep relatively small. Now the thing is that it's a little slanted, so I think that I want to start making my my build or ground a little bit more tilted, so I can have a look a little bit closer to the image. Now I believe I could just do that by sloping the blocks, but I don't know if it's a little bit different. I can't just do that because you can't really build anything too well diagonally in Minecraft, so we'll have to see. But I got this. I smoothed it out. I covered up half my work once again because that's how I roll. But undo 2. And then the front also needs to be a little bit steeper, and at this point I might want to start overhanging it as well. I do not know as of yet, but so far it's looking okay. It's not wonderful, but it's decent. Now this is a little bit weird because once you use a smooth tool with this close to it, it's sort of just like the ground starts reaching up towards the rock and the rock reaches back. It's just really weird. But it does give me another idea for a build I might do after this. It's not exactly in a movie, but it just might be cool. Something cool to do in World Edit. Now that's a little too outwards. Let's see. A little more on the side. Stone. We'll add another spear on the side. And then I'll just fill this in. Not with that though. On the side a little bit. I'll knock myself in here a bit. And we'll do that. Now I want to get a look from the side. Yeah, so maybe. Oops. Oh, did I just build something at the build limit? Unless I don't need that. Yeah, the back. Closer to the ground. Should have done 2 there, but let's try to do the back a bit more. Beef it up a bit. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Make it a little bit rounder. Let's undo again. Okay. Now we'll smooth this one a bit. The problem with the first was that the smoothing tool made it a little too round. So I'll try to limit the smoothing tool to the back. Well, what's our height? 155, we're still good. While I try to maybe just not use the smooth tool up front. Now it's a little too wide. Getting towards the top. Stone floor. Okay. That's fine. Bring that backwards. At this point, I might want to bring the... It's looking really weird. How do I salvage this? If I could... Yeah, I think I'll just bring the back in quite rapidly, while also knocking the sides in a bit. Like that. And then I can fill it a little bit more with stone. And then there. I also have to make it a little more cone shaped. Right now it's a little looking like a pillar. But I want to make it look like a mountain. If I knock the smooth tool out and try to do the back of it. See how that looks, and I can fill that in later. Yeah, it's okay. Now the front's gonna be a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't want that, so I'll undo that. But this is a little more difficult than I imagined. Stone floor. Okay. Now we'll sort of do this and then just sort of twirl around and then bring this out. I don't know if I want to go down and look at what I've built, but shouldn't. I feel like the bigger size isn't that great, so BR sphere 3, no 1 3, and then since we have to use the smooth tool, this should be okay to use. Problem is it's looking a little bit too tall for the amount of curve there is right now. I'll knock this in, and then this looks fine. Sort of like a curve like that, and I'll knock this one in as well, and then keep going with the stone tool. Make the back a little flatter. And almost there. We're almost there. Don't look too bad, please. And then try the smooth tool. Yeah, that's fine. And get the top. Should be the last bit. Can't do anything there. Let's look at from where I'd be standing. Hello, sheep. I think I sort of screwed up with this base, but I'll try to make this a little bit bigger. Oops, that's not how you do it. I wonder if I can go with it. I'll go with it, yeah. Let's do a little bit of crazy stuff here. And just make it a little bit more cliffy. Okay, now we have this extra bit at the back. I think that one overhangs, so I'll get rid of that. Okay, this side. Will that work with the smoothing tool? I have no idea. I can sort of buff it out with this. Another ball there. And please work. Let's see. No, not really, huh? I said I was making a little bit diagonal, didn't I? So, you know, we might scrap the curve and just try to make it like a mountain. Maybe some legs extending out. Yeah, you know, I'll just go like this. Fan out a bit. Make the tip. And then use this a bunch. I'm sort of ruining it, but I don't know. I'll trust in this smooth tool. And I could always bring some dirt in. I don't like the way it's coming out though. How would I do this? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna play around with this and then I'll be back with you guys once I think I found a solution. Okay, I worked a little bit on it. As you see, I added a little bit of dirt, try to buff it out, try to get some variety. And it didn't work all that great. I mean, I don't know if it really helped, but yeah, I'm just checking in. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more work. The smoothing tool has made a bunch of like little divots and holes inside this. So I'm gonna have to go back with most likely separate pieces of stone and whatnot. Just start filling it in like this, just going hole by hole, doing what I think is best. It might also make it look a little bit better, but I just want to give an update that it's not wonderful. And what I did want to do is I want to test it out using the green tool, so I could basically fill it with grass, see if it looks any better with grass, and maybe give a preview of what's to come if I do finish this like this. So green 1000. Let's see. Take a while. Don't crash on me. Oh, are you almost there? Ooh, did I do too much? Come on. Well, I guess we can keep working. I hope it doesn't crash. That'd be really annoying. But I did just basically green every single piece of dirt in this map, so we'll have to see. The good thing is you can keep working, so it doesn't just like lag out your computer so you can't do anything. But if it's taking this long, I think I'll leave it as it is. Leave the green there. Leave the grass be. I mean, hopefully I can update the grass so it'll start despawning by itself if I need that. But Otherwise, we'll have to live with it. Oh, there we go. Let it load in. This part's not very done yet, but maybe just doing section by section. It 16,000 surfaces. So all the way, the entire island just got greened, even way down there. Jeez. Well, it's looking good. No, I'm wondering, do we have any coarse dirt? Dirt, podzol. The thing with coarse dirt is that it doesn't spread. Well, grass doesn't spread to it, I don't think so. That'd be really nice. I mean, podzol might work. Though again, I have to update the textures. The thing is with the what I want to be doing right now is that on Berk there's a bunch of like dirt paths, so I'd rather use some kind of dirt path than gravel. Try to keep it as accurate as I can, but I don't know if that's an option with this is 1.7.10 I guess, because it's a little weird. It goes from 1.1 to 10. You have to count that 0. But I'd like to add some dirt paths and whatnot. Now, what if I have some bone meal? What is it under? Miscellaneous? Yeah. I'll craft some. No crafting table. Bone meal. Okay. Now let's try to bone meal it up. Some flowers. I mean, yeah, with bone meal it's okay. Gives it a little more texture. I wonder if there's a way to mass spread bone meal. I'll have to look through the commands, but okay, after I bone meal a little bit more, I'll step back, take a look, and I'll check the episode time. And yeah, now hopefully we can finish this mountain in this episode, because I really want to move on and start building the actual houses and bridges. But then there is those landscapes left, so the little islands on the side. Who knows, I might do that off camera, on camera, I have no idea. Depends on how long it takes to build them. Okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrid either. I don't like it. That's just the bone meal is just going like 2 blocks each. So it has to work a little better, please. Pillar's a little bit weird. That's the smoothing tool. Okay, let's do a little flyby. Berk. Big mountain. Looks weird. That still needs to get dirted or grass, so green 100. 4 surfaces. Does this not count as? That is so weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe, yeah, let me relog for a second. Okay, so I'm back. It's not grass, so I'm gonna try this command once again. Yeah, maybe I might have bugged out this dirt, but eventually it should spread by itself. But yeah, the episode is getting a little bit long, so I think I'll end it here. This is the mighty mountain. But I will work on this off camera. I'll patch all the holes. I'll probably add a little bit of grass around here, little patches here and there. I might even add like a little lip. I don't know if that looked good. Let's try it over. This is pretty good already. Let's try it over here. So I'll just add like something like this. Yeah. Let's do this as well, and then I grab myself some grass. Oops. And then go like that. How's that look? Looks okay. But yeah, that's gonna be at the end of the episode this time. So today we sort of got started on our big mountain. Obviously, it's not looking up to par, but it's looking okay. I still have to think of some ways to try to fix it, and we also got to see our island in green, what it's gonna look like in the end. Yeah, but hopefully you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope I'll see you next time. Have a good day.